Hi, Donna Guest here, Creative Memories Advisor and Lazy Scrapbooker. I'm here to share with you my absolute favorite strategy for creating beautiful albums quickly. It's called the Creative Memories Power Layout Technique. It's how I created this big album in 2 weeks, and it's how I start every album. I'm going to show you how to use this technique to finish your albums more quickly. If you're a subscriber to my channel, thanks so much. If not, be sure to click the red subscribe button down below so that you won't miss any of my future videos. Thanks. Let's start with the Creative Memories Power Layout Kit. So just what is it?
The kit comes with a polypropylene box which is completely photo safe and 15 guides measuring 12 by 12 that function to plan your album pages. You'll notice the guides have tabs on the sides so you can see what is the left side and which is the right side in your 2-page spread. You can even get more guides if you want.
Before we get into all of this, let's address the big question, why? What's the point of all this? The Power Layout Kit will allow you to plan ahead.
The absolute max we should really be putting in a 12 by 12 album is 48 sheets for 96 pages, and that's only recommended if we don't have a lot of papers. Otherwise, 40 sheets per 80 pages is a good number. I've created a lot of really big albums that I knew might be way too big to fit in one album cover, but I was determined to get them into one album, so planning my pages ahead of time allows me to condense as I need. Maybe I need to get 5 photos on a page instead of 2, or use Creative Memories Peekaboo Pockets to add even more photos to a page. I'm also big on 2-page spreads. I have a hard time starting a new topic on the right-hand side, although I know it shouldn't matter. But planning my pages out ahead of time lets me start a new topic where I want to start it, and scrapbook this hike in just 2 side-by-side pages, or this quick trip to a roadside museum, so orderly. By planning ahead, you can determine how many pages your album is before you ever get started.
Number 2, the Power Layout Kit allows you to eliminate photos.
When you start laying out your photos and looking at them together, you may be surprised to see how many you have that look almost exactly alike. When I was young, we'd take 24 pictures at an event because that's how many came with a roll of film. And usually 12 of those were garbage when we got them back. With digital photography and high-quality photos on our phones, we now take about 240 pictures at an event, and they are all good. But that doesn't mean they all belong in the scrapbook. Use this planning step to eliminate unnecessary photos.
And finally, if you're going somewhere else to work on your album, like a crop or a retreat, the Power Layout Kit will allow you to pack only what you need.
Are you tired of packing everything but the kitchen sink to take to a crop or a retreat? Using the Power Layout technique can take you from this to this.
Now that we've addressed the why, let's talk about how. Start with your photos. Sort your photos either chronologically or by event. It's up to you. Remember to include your memorabilia in the process as well. I'm going to demonstrate this technique using the next album that I'm planning. I've always wanted to do an album just on snow, or at least ever since Creative Memories started coming out with an annual collection celebrating all things wintry. I live in Georgia, so we don't get a lot of snow, but when we do, there are lots of photos.
I've already sorted my photos in chronological order by year, or by snow. And I have the supplies I want to use already organized in the Creative Memories Power Project folders. Next, I'm going to lay out my Power Layout guides so I can start planning pages. Notice how I'm organizing them into 2-page spreads. Be sure to have a pack of album pages on hand because here's a tip. The kit comes with 15 guides to plan 15 pages. You can certainly buy more guides, but there's another way to double your pages. Use your pack of album pages. You're going to need them anyway. So I always alternate a guide with a page. I've doubled my planning capacity and I have the album pages right where I need them.
I'm starting my Power Layout with the 11 pages you see on the table. The first is my title page, and you can see the staples are on this side and the jeeping is on that side. So that's on the right-hand side like a title should be. It's the first page of my album. It's going to be the most special. It's going to be the one I'm going to spend more than 5 or 10 minutes on. So I'm going to leave that one for later until I've had a moment to decide what I want to do with that title page. So now I'm going to start with the first 2-page spread. And I've got 2 piles of pictures here. I have them organized chronologically. The first are dated February 13th, 2010. I'm a little behind. And then we have January 12th, 2011. So we've got 2 separate snows here. So this one has 5 pictures. Well, since I love a 2-page spread, I'm going to do these more elaborately, and I'm going to do 5 pictures on 2 pages. So I'll just start spreading them around. Okay, so there's 2010. Next, my 2011 has 6 pictures. So I'm going to go to the next 2-page spread, which is right here. And obviously I'm going to put 3 on each page just to do this 2-page spread. Let's see, and since there are 3 portrait pictures here, I might want to mix these up. Maybe I'll put these 2 over here and have this one that has a landscape in it as well. So it gives you the ability to plan that out so that you know exactly what you want to have on each page. It's great to be able to plan ahead with that so that I don't end up with 3 portrait pictures on one page, which can work, but sometimes a little bit more difficult to place. Now, I'm coming to my next snow, and this one's dated January 28th, 2014. We've jumped a few years. I told you we don't get a lot of snow in Georgia. So I have 12 pictures, it looks like. That's going to come to, I think, 2 2-page spreads. So I'll do 4 pages with these. So they are in order of how I took the photos, so they are chronological. And sometimes I just group photos together that are similar subject, like those. Now, there could be some argument that these photos look exactly the same, and maybe I could group all these onto 2 pages, but I kind of want to use all the pretty embellishments that I have, and I don't have a whole lot of pictures. I'm not trying to squeeze this one into an album, so I'll let it go as it is right now. But if I had a lot of pictures, I might eliminate one of those. They are different though, I can tell. His arms are moved slightly. And now the next stack is for February of 2014. Wow, we got 2 snows in 1 winter. That's amazing. I have 8 photos, so I'm going to put that on a 2-page spread. If you're from up north, you're looking at this going, that's not a lot of snow. Here in Metro Atlanta, it's a lot of snow. Okay, wonderful. So I've got, after the title page, the first 10 pages of my album laid out with the proper photos. Now, if I were working on a vacation album, for example, extra photos of scenery, I could put those anywhere. So just realize you can kind of get out of chronological order when it makes sense too. Next, I'm going to select the paper, stickers, and embellishments I want to use and put them on the appropriate pages. I'm looking for paper that complement my photos and colors that match. I'm going to start with this collection called Frost from a couple of years back. The colors look pretty good with these particular snow pictures. So I've got a designer paper pack and an accent paper pack and then a sticker pack. So I'm just going to go around and select maybe a couple of pieces of paper for each 2-page spread that I can work with. Sometimes I like to wallpaper. Sometimes I just like to use pieces of paper, but I'm going to look for things that look good together. And you can put it under the photos if you want, or if you want to save time, you can just put it on top of the photos. I'm going to put it under the photos for now, just so I can kind of see what I'm doing since I'm demonstrating this to you guys. I'm going to go with the matching pieces of paper here. I do like things to match. So now I've got 2 identical pieces of paper there. And I'm going to go ahead and put some stickers that might be helpful here. I'm just going to put the whole pack there, and then I can use them for the upcoming pages. I'm going to continue to use the Frost pack, and now I'm going to pull the accent paper pack, which is really pretty. This one had gold foil embellishments on the paper. So I'm going to use these for the next year. know I could try to match like the red in his coat, but I just really want to use these beautiful winter papers that I have. Okay, the next set of pictures is done. It's during this process you could also add anything that you might need to create the page, such as peekaboo pockets, ABC stickers, recipe templates, anything you might need, but that will also fit in the Power Layout box. If you find that you're missing something, or if you have a special creative idea that you want to try for a page, just add a post-it note to the page as a reminder for what's missing, or for your idea. I'm adding something there to my title page. I also want to remember to use the Icicle Chain Border Maker cartridge that just came out with Creative Memories on some of these pages as well. Pages are ready. I've got photos, papers, and stickers. If I had memorabilia for this particular album, that would be included as well. The beauty of this is that it's all here when and where you need it. So you don't have to take your entire craft room with you when you go to a crop or retreat. And even if you're staying home to work on your album, it'll still save you time. My next step is to create more layouts. So if I wanted to use this same table, I could stack my pages up in order, keeping everything straight. I think I have about 4 snows here. And we're ready to continue. So work with the space you have. If you have a lot of table space, great. If you don't, you can use your bed, you can use the floor. Just make sure you don't have pets or little babies crawling around.
When finished, I stack all pages with everything on them in order. Then I'm ready to complete an entire album, and there are no surprises such as space problems or forgotten photos. If you're going to a crop or retreat, remember to pack the punches, pens, adhesive, and other items you'll need along with your Power Layout kit, and you'll get more pages completed than anyone there. These boxes are photo safe and fastened securely. It's not only good for planning, it's great for storage. You can even drop it and it won't matter.
If you ever have to take a scrapbooking break, you can pick up right where you left off. This is my husband's military album. I did a Power Layout because I knew it was going to be a really big album, and I completed half of it before his retirement party. Then I left it in the Power Layout box for 9 years. It even moved with us. So finally I said, I've got to finish this album for him. So I picked it up, I opened the box, and it was like I'd never left it. Everything was in order. I didn't have to think about it or ask him any questions. I just finished the album and I got the latter half done in 2 weeks. If you've never used this technique, I urge you to give it a try. I know it works. Be sure to check out another one of my videos called The Lazy Scrapbooker Goes to Washington, where you'll see how I created a huge album using the Power Layout technique. It was the only way to get it into one album. Thanks so much for watching, and happy album planning.